F1 What If? Jackie Stewart joins Ferrari in 1968. Data simulation models give us a statistical idea of what could have happened. As with all of these scenarios, it is impossible to know how everything would in reality turn out. The results we get here are from a data structure designed from information we have from all drivers' performance over every race in the driver's career to give us an idea of what their pace would be in the scenario and applied into real-life results. Jackie Stewart and Ken Tyrrell, the partnership that dominated F1 from 1969 to 73. Did you know how close it came to never being? In 1967, Jackie Stewart was offered a drive for Ferrari after a disastrous season with BRM. He later found out fellow Jackie Ickx had also been offered the seat Stewart had shaken hands on. This encouraged Stewart to call Ferrari and tell him the deal was off. So, what if? Jackie Stewart joins Ferrari in 1968. 1968. Graham Hill still takes the title, but Stewart in the Ferrari gets a bit closer, leading the championship going into the final race, as it looked like Hill was going to blow what had been a 14-point championship lead in the best car until Stewart retired in the title decider, leaving Hill only needing a podium to win the title, and he won the race. 1969. Chris Amon, taking the mattress seat that Jackie Stewart had in real life, leads to him winning a world championship. Quite the upgrade for the best driver to never win an F1 race. Stewart has a season very similar to his final BRM season with 6 retirements and a non-start thrown in for measure. (1970). The premature death of Rindt opened the door for Jackie Stewart and Ferrari to take the title in 1970. Rather than struggling with a startup Tyrrell team, it did take till the final race to overtake Rindt's total in a season where Lotus had a dominant car and driver combination for 5 races in the middle till Rindt's death. (1971). Jackie Stewart does something even he did not manage during his legendary career and goes back-to-back to win the 1971 title, winning most of the races to finish clear of Ronnie Peterson, with lead Tyrrell driver Francois Servert still early in his career, getting a top 3 finish. (1972). It's a hat-trick of titles for Stewart that needed a late-season rally to take the title over Fittipaldi, who failed to score after taking the championship lead at Monza. Even missing the Belgian Grand Prix through gastritis couldn't stop the Ferrari-Stewart domination, the first time one team and driver would dominate the sport in a way we are now too familiar with. 1973. What a season we are treated to. The Ferrari is only the 3rd fastest car over the season, with Tyrrell and Lotus dominating at the front. 3 drivers from 3 teams can win the title going into the final race. Fittipaldi led from 7 points from Stewart and 8 from Servert. As we know, Servert had a fatal crash in practice, so that turns the title battle into Fittipaldi versus Stewart. Fittipaldi spends the race outside of the points, but his teammate Ronnie Peterson wins the race to secure the Brazilian's first world title, as Stewart only finished in 4th place, to ending his F1 career here, just like he did in real life. So what has changed? Despite 4 of the 6 championships having different winners, little has changed in the overall picture. Chris Amon gains a world championship while Rindt loses his only title. Stewart and Fittipaldi swapped their 72 and 73 titles, so Jackie Stewart still goes out as a 3-time world champion. Stewart loses the all-time win record, finishing on 24 wins to tie with Fangio, but 1 short of fellow Scot Jim Clark. So how good was Jackie Stewart? Jackie Stewart was an all-time F1 great. Surprisingly, he ranked even higher than Clark by the data's numbers. I, like Stewart, have Clark as a better driver, but the computer ranks Stewart as Scotland's greatest ever F1 driver. Sorry to report this to any David Coulthard or Johnny Dumfries fans. Stewart immediately took the mantle of F1's best driver after Clark's death, and it became one of F1's greatest what-ifs. How 1968 to 1973 may have turned out if both drivers had lived and raced each other through this period of time. This, with Schumacher versus Senna in the 90s and Fangio versus Ascari in the 50s, is among the greatest loss battles. Jackie Stewart driver rating, 86 out of 100.